Nicole, do you have a minute? There is something I'd like to consult with you about.
This is a surprise. What do you want to consult with me about? Seems a little out of the ordinary. What brought that up?
What's with that answer? It shouldn't be an issue for me to speak with you. I should be able to consult my own daughter, shouldn't I? Don't get so defensive.
If we had a normal mother-daughter relationship, then maybe I'd agree. But you've never really treated me like a daughter. You do nothing but spend your time pampering and doting on Olivia. You left me entirely and completely alone and then kicked me out of the house the moment I graduated high school. So when you come to me out of nowhere asking to consult with me about something, it makes sense that I'd be on my guard, doesn't it? On top of that, you come to me the day after I get back from introducing Juan to the family? What exactly are you up to?
Oh, you're still as irritating as usual, I see. Understood. I'll just get straight to the point, shall I? I want you to give Juan to your sister.
Excuse me?
No one ever gave much thought to what sort of people you were attached to until yesterday. But your fiancé made quite a good first impression on Olivia. You said you're going to marry Juan, but I want you to call off the engagement immediately. Since you're Olivia's older sister, it's only proper that you do the right thing and allow your sister to have him.
What? What in the hell are you talking about? You want me to just hand over my fiancé to Olivia? You're out of your mind. Juan isn't some object that can be passed around at will. He's not something that can just simply be handed over like that. Are you okay in the head? It really sounds like you need to be checked by a doctor or something.
Well, I'm informing you because Olivia is very interested in Juan. Also, your father and I both feel that it would be better for you to let Olivia be with him, rather than us have to find some other man who might end up being some kind of a weirdo.
Whoever Olivia ends up with is no problem of mine. Stop playing around and acting like that's something I'd ever be okay with. Why are you always trying to take more and more from me? From my personal belongings to my clothes, even my own birthday presents? From the moment Olivia was born, you've been forcing me to give her things, taking things from me that she wanted, and I've been expected to just sit around and endure it quietly. And this time, you expect me to let her marry my fiancé? Quit putting me through this already. It's been too long. Juan is my fiancé, and I intended to marry him, regardless of what you, Olivia, or Dad think. I will not give him to anyone.
I don't see why I'm getting so much pushback from you on this. It doesn't change the fact that he's going to marry her, no matter what you say about it. You're stupid, ugly, generally useless, and you have a terrible, irritating personality. Olivia is gorgeous, smart, and has a bright future ahead of her. There's no way Juan would choose you over her.
You seriously don't have a heart, do you? I'm convinced you're a sociopath.
It doesn't matter what you think about it. We've already decided. We had a family meeting about it last night after you and Juan left. You and Juan will end your ridiculous engagement, and Juan will become our son-in-law when he marries Olivia. You can marry your cousin Ethan, the one who lives in Aunt Cindy's basement and plays video games all day. You're more aligned with a bum like him anyways.
What? How do you think you can just arbitrarily decide things like this between yourselves? You think you can just choose my life for me? As if I have no say in anything and just tell me to marry my cousin? You're sick. Even if he wasn't my cousin, Ethan is what, like 45 years old? That's 20 years older than me. He's never even left home before. Telling me I have to marry someone like that is like telling me to become a caregiver and breadwinner for a 40-year-old child. Absolutely not. Don't waste your time thinking this is something that could happen.
Come on! Stop being so selfish, won't you? And like I mentioned, the rest of us have already come to a decision on this during our family meeting. It is not a big deal. Just give Juan to Olivia. It is not a request. You can't marry him. He belongs to Olivia now.
Selfish? Who in this is the selfish one? You tell me something like this and expect me to respond? Oh, I see. Will do. Thank you. I absolutely refuse to give Juan to anyone. especially Olivia.
Are you sure about what you're saying to me? I wouldn't be so quick with such a selfish response like that. You might regret it in the future.
Huh? What is that supposed to mean?
Just make sure you're prepared for the consequences. Because if you won't break it off with Juan yourself, we will make sure that it will happen either way.
Good afternoon. Is this Mary, Nicole's mother? This is Nicole's fiancé, Juan. I'm actually borrowing Nicole's phone.
Ah, good, Juan. I'm very happy to hear from you. Have you finally decided to come to your senses and marry Olivia?
Please keep the dreaming for when you're asleep. There is not a single piece of me that has any desire to break up with Nicole. I am not interested in marrying Olivia in the slightest.
How can you say that? Olivia is much more well-mannered, good-looking, and all around better in general than Nicole. Someone as intelligent as yourself should see that it's obviously a much better choice to marry Olivia, isn't it?
Please don't assume that you have the ability to choose what's best for me. Who is it that thinks that they're able to make this kind of decision on behalf of Nicole and I? On top of that, I think Nicole is the most wonderful person I have ever met, and even more beautiful than Olivia. Olivia and I would mix together as well as oil and water. She seems like quite a terrible person.
Oh, don't say that about her. Olivia is a gorgeous little thing. If you spent some time with her, you'd see why she's such a good fit for you.
Since this conversation seems to be going nowhere, I'll just get straight to the reason I've contacted you. You are continuously making spam calls to Nicole's phone.
Spam calls? I don't understand what you mean.
You can cut the innocent act, please. You and your family have been calling Nicole on her cell, her house phone, at her place of work. You've been telling her things like she's not allowed to get married or that she needs to quit her job. These are the spam calls that I'm referring to. From what I understand, this happened over 100 times in a single day. In addition, someone spray painted graffiti on her apartment building. Someone also threw eggs onto her balcony. To add on to everything else, someone has also been stalking me and hanging around my house as well. And Olivia has been sending me numerous scantily clad photos along with a text stream of narcissistic ramblings. I figured that we should have a discussion about the above occurrences.
There is no way any of us are making spam calls to her or stalking her. That's absurd. This is just another selfish move by Nicole to try to persuade you that she's innocent and her family is evil. I just want you to understand that Nicole refuses to hand you over to Olivia, and I've only asked family members to help persuade Nicole to do the right thing. As far as the photos that Olivia sent you, she just wanted you to be aware of what you will have, should you wise up and make the correct choice. After seeing Olivia's beauty, your heart will surely beat harder for her, didn't it?
No, actually, it was rather disgusting. We didn't have any type of conversation, but it caused me to hate Olivia entirely. Nicole and I are both extremely appalled by the actions of you and the rest of your family. Do you intend to continue even after we formally asked you to cease these types of communication and harassment?
Of course this will continue. Isn't it obvious from what I've told you? This will continue until you happily marry Olivia, and Nicole marries that disgusting cousin of hers. Nicole's selfishness must be corrected.
A response I expected from you. In that case, we'll be suing everyone involved.
What?
You and your family have been calling Nicole's phone over 100 times in a single day, leaving threatening voicemails telling her to quit her job and call off her engagement, sending letters via the USPS containing similar threats, damaging her apartment with spray-painted threats and insults, throwing eggs onto her apartment balcony, and many other harassing actions. From all of these things, Nicole is suffering greatly from mental anguish. We'll meet in court to decide how much restitution should be paid in her favor.
What? Meet in court? Just for calling a few times here and there?
Because of your collective actions, Nicole has been deeply troubled. I was not simply calling her a few times here and there. On top of that, you've caused extensive property damage by spray painting graffiti on her apartment complex. The apartment complex owners will be seeking damage compensation in a separate lawsuit. We have a report from them outlining the cost of the damages.
A lawsuit for damages? There is no way they contacted police from something so small.
Contacting authorities after property damage seems like a natural course of events, doesn't it? Even though Nicole resides in the complex, the apartment building itself is property of the landlord. Therefore, causing damage to the property by spray painting and throwing eggs is blatant and serious property damage, punishable by law. You are all seen clearly on the property surveillance cameras causing damage via spray paint. There's no way to escape the consequences of this.
What?
Also, in regards to you all repeatedly calling her workplace, telling her to quit, or threatening to damage her reputation, etc., her company will be suing you for interference of business. You've made hundreds of calls to the office at this point. Furthermore, you've also acted against me and caused me stress by sending me photos and letters that I can't bring myself to look at or read. I will be suing you for these reasons and for stalking me at home and in public.
Hold on just a minute. When you say you're going to be suing our family over this whole situation, wouldn't that also include your future wife? Is that what you really want to do?
What do you mean by future wife? My future wife has been and will always be Nicole, and no one else. I have no interest in changing that, regardless of your actions.
What are you saying right now? Are you saying that our precious Olivia is nothing but a stalker?
I truly can't think of a better word to describe her right now. What other type of person would send such disgusting photos to someone else, especially unsolicited? Also, you mentioned something about your family? Because multiple members of your family were involved, you are all implicit in these crimes, and all of you will be included in the lawsuit. Depending on how the court interprets these actions, there is the possibility of arrest and jail time.
Jail time? Arrest? You'd have us arrested and jailed?
Absolutely. In regards to the damages caused to Nicole's apartment complex and the interference of business operations at her workplace, those are private properties owned by other people. Her company and her landlord have no connection to you and absolutely no reason to go easy on you, so I imagine they'll also be pressing charges to the full extent of the law.
Well, others may have been slightly affected, some small things, but...
In regards to everything I've just mentioned, I'll be responsible for filing lawsuits on behalf of everyone affected. You'll receive a summons for these lawsuits in the near future, so be sure to check your mailbox regularly.
Huh? Wait a minute. You'll be the one in charge of all these lawsuits? What does that mean?
There's no other meaning other than what I've stated to you. I'm a lawyer. I bring lawsuits to court for a living.
What? You're really a lawyer?
Yes, I'm the lawyer on retainer for Nicole's company. Therefore, I will be the lawyer spearheading these lawsuit cases in court. I will formally contact you at a future date. Until then, I appreciate your understanding of this matter and will ask you to cease all further contact.
Wait, please wait. You're mistaken. I have no connection to any of this.
It doesn't matter if you specifically participated in each activity. You were the one driving everyone forward to commit these crimes, so you are guilty by association, and by being the main culprit of these issues.
I was just doing what I was told to do, though. It wasn't my fault. The ones who called her house and work and things like that were my husband's brother and his wife, not me. They said they wanted Nicole to take their useless slob of a son off their hands for them, so they needed her to quit her job. My sister-in-law can be so pushy and enthusiastic that they're impossible to resist. I only did what they told me to do. I made 1, maybe 2 calls, but nothing more. The rest I had nothing to do with at all. As far as the photos of Olivia that were sent to your house, that was Olivia's selfish decision, not mine. On top of that, it was Nicole's father that said you should be marrying Olivia in the first place. It wasn't me saying that. I didn't want to have anything to do with any of this, so I don't really have any connection to all these lawsuits then, do I?
You say that you were only doing what you were told and that you only called 1 or 2 times? A quarter of the calls that came to Nicole's home and workplace were from you. Care to explain how that could have happened?
No. How would you know something like that?
How would I know who called the house? Is that what you mean to ask? From the moment Nicole received spam calls from these unknown callers on her cell phone, we immediately contacted her service provider. They made sure we were sent a call log of all incoming calls to her phones. You can hide your number from Nicole's smartphone, but not from the provider. I think it would be better for you in the long run to quit with the lies and excuses.
That's not correct. I was only trying to act in the best interest of everyone else.
Well, that doesn't really work out, seeing as Nicole isn't anywhere in that everyone you're talking about. You are a terrible person who can't take the time to think of this poor girl who has done nothing wrong to you.
But if you turn us into criminals, that would be such a difficult thing for Olivia. How could she show herself in public knowing that she was the daughter of criminals?
I've already obtained approval to move forward with this from all parties, including Nicole. I haven't stepped out into the situation blind. I assure you that I have done quite a bit of groundwork to get to this point. If anyone were to ridicule Olivia for being the child of parents like you, she can always politely explain her situation. Hopefully, she'll be shown the compassion you failed to show Nicole. Hopefully, you've learned something from this. It'll teach Olivia not to be an evil person like you and the rest of your family. So don't stress too much about Olivia's situation. You have got plenty of other things on your plate to worry about.
But
I'm gonna go ahead and end the conversation now. There's nothing more for me to inform you. I'll see you in court. Kindly inform the rest of your family that they will soon lose a lawsuit, because I never take a case I won't win.
Later on, Juan filed lawsuits against my relatives. It was a clean-cut case. There was an overwhelmingly large amount of evidence in our favor. My parents, younger sister, cousin, aunt, and uncle were all found guilty on all counts and had to serve time in jail. Some of the counts were felonies. Other relatives of mine who participated were put on probation, and the remainder was all settled out of court. It seems that Mom and Dad ended up getting a divorce and moving far away after everything fell apart. There was no way to save themselves from their own selfishness or from their obsession with their youngest daughter. I was seriously depressed for a long time over all this, but luckily I started to gradually recover and return to my normal self after all the drama of the trial was ended. A year later, I married Juan. We're going to live happily ever after. No regrets. Thank you for watching our video. Please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos in the future. See you in the next episode.